Good morning. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Merry, or is it Happy Hanukkah? And for those who celebrate a religious holiday, super duper religious Christmas. And for those that celebrate a secular Christmas with all the trimmings for the winter solstice that five other gods had done and the pagans really like. Trust me, I can tell you, I'm a pagan and I really like that one. Uh, People give me things. Can you imagine? Me? Wow. Anyway, so happy whatever it is you're doing this year. Okay? And that's the important thing. Just be happy with doing it. Okay? It don't matter what other people are doing. You know, the guy down the street might be celebrating Sault Ste. Marie for all I know, and it ain't hurting me you know. And I think my glasses are blurry. Either that or my eyeballs need some adjustment. Anyway, um, so just wanted to get that out there before the season got all the way over because I really do like this time of year. I love it a lot. Come on up here, kitten. Oh, gee, I ain't nothing but a super highway for the kitty cats. A petter and a comber, not to mention a feeder. Now, um, and that's not to be saying bottom feeder now. I heard those jokes in the back there from you and you and you. Yes, I did. Alrighty, so I just wanted to say a couple of words now, and here they are. My socks don't fit right today. No, that's just joking. I always loved that in the Harry Potter movies when Albus Dumbledore gets up there, real official, because I went to one of those schools where they get up in front of there every morning and real official give announcements and say who's the nice guy and who's in with the principal and who's been naughty and all that stuff and so when Dumbledore would get up there and say things like, "I'd like to say a couple words: apple pie, booger schnots, and fart," and everybody would just go, "Whoa." No, today's topic, and I'm going to try to do a couple of these, real short, sweet. Well, with me, there's never any short, but there might be some sweet. Um, I want to talk to this morning about prayer and what prayer really means to me. Okay, and now that's not to say what prayer is to you, it's just to say what prayer is to me. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I posted a poem, an atheist poem, that talked about praying for different things, and over 15 years suddenly come to realize that the prayers had done no good and that the individual would just have to do something to make it work. Okay, now, here's my thing about prayer. And I'm not one of these people who says that don't pray. No. And I'll tell you why. Because I think I pray. I'm not a Christian. As far as I know, I don't belong to any organized religion. It's like belonging to the Democrats. I don't belong to an organized religious party either. But anyway, see, to me, a prayer is not sitting there going, um, oh, all important, only one, you know everything and you are all powerful and have it all worked out and that, but I don't, and I know you were watching me as I slept and might have touched myself or something, but really, could you give me a pony for Christmas? Or anytime you're beseeching to a deity that you consider has it already planned out, you're mucked up from the beginning. No other way to put it. You're just mucked up from the beginning because here you're trying to tell an omnipotent, all powerful being what to do. You're saying, I don't believe in your plan. You're saying a whole bunch of things. Now, for me, prayer's a little different. And I've written a good many prayers for other people, for us here at the house. I have one over the brown side of the bed, a protection prayer. Now, to me, prayer is opening myself up to hear the universe. I'm pretty sure that there's energy in the universe. Well, we know there is energy. There's energy we can measure and count, and then there's this dark energy that we can't somehow seem to get our claws into, just like there's dark matter that we can't quite get our fingers around. But to me, there's like an energy field, of bands of energy that circle throughout everything and every planet, every being, every life form, everything. Now, some people say this is Taoism. Some people say it's the Force from the Jedi movies. Whatever it is for you, that's fine. But for me, I see and feel an energy band. And I feel it right here, sitting here in my room. I can feel it outside. I can feel it in the sunshine. I can feel it in the rain. Feel it through the earth. Feel it in the air. Okay? Now, I believe that energy force is neutral. I don't really think there's a good and an evil entities, deities. But I believe that humans can use and manipulate that energy. And we can make it good or evil, good or bad. I shouldn't say evil because what is the opposite of evil? If you have good is the opposite of bad, then what is the opposite of evil? Is there something better than good? Is it perfect? I don't know. So should it be perfect and evil? I don't know, really. And that's not my point. My point is when I pray, I try to absorb the energy. I try to listen. What is the universe trying to tell me? What do I need to know? How do I need to access that particular energy to do what I need to do? When I'm making my candles, I put a prayer over them. I pray in essence that when somebody uses the candle I make, that good positive things happen to them. That the energy that I'm imbuing that candle with, that wax, will spill out onto them. That's a prayer. So this morning, a wonderful lady, Carmen, I really like her. She kind of lifted my spirits a lot, and I appreciate that. Carmen, I do thank you. And another gentleman from, oh gosh, my mind's going. That's it. I'm just gonna have to put myself in a home here. Another gentleman from the Spirit Keepers, who I deeply admire, from up in Canada. He and I were talking about this very same subject this morning, this prayer, and we both said we hoped that people would get it. That it's one thing to pray for somebody; it's entirely another to say, "Hey, look, how can I help? What can I do? Is there an action I can take?" Now, sometimes there isn't, and I'll be honest with you. She pointed out that she believes that people try to do good. That most people, I wouldn't say all, but it's on the blog if you want to read it. It was a very uplifting comment, short. She just basically said she doesn't believe that people are praying. The way I understood the comment, they're not praying to be evil or to be mean. They honestly think they're helping, and they're praying because they're trying to be positive and good. And that she looks for that good in people. And you know what? I like that. And I needed it this morning because I've been so frustrated with the computers in here. I had to switch all my computers out and move the screens around and everything. Now we got to buy a new screen with all the money the way it is. And this camera is really driving me crazy. Is it driving you guys crazy? It's going in and out, distorting. Cripes, I look like a garden gnome. I'm sorry, but I just thought that was funny. Anyway, so no, you haven't been drinking this early in the morning. Apparently, this camera I installed late last night needs some extra work. So anyway, either that or I'm bobbing around way too much for this cheap old camera. So when I often tell people, like on Carmen's blog, she had a lady there named Patty. Patty wasn't feeling good. She's got bronchitis. And I made the comment that I hope she's feeling better. That's a wish. That's basically a wish. I wish she was feeling better. And a lot of times I'll say I'll keep you in my thoughts, or I'm sending you my best wishes. Are those prayers? Because to me, they are in a way. If I'm keeping you in my thoughts, I'm trying to put positive energy around that. Now, I'm not asking a deity to put that energy there. I'm not asking a deity to, in any way, um, when you have a big, bushy, mustachy thing covering your face like I do, trying to eat off your nose, it sometimes gets loose hair to you and you end up eating it. Yeah. Okay. So back where we were. See, you watch my videos, you never know where you're going to end up. You could start out heading for Disney World and end up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm telling you, just don't let me do the driving. Now, so my point is, praying to a deity doesn't work, and it's selfish and it's self-defeating, and that's my belief. However, if praying to a deity is all you can do for somebody, like I can't help this Patty woman. I really wish I could. I wish I had some kind of ability to just take that illness away from her, but I don't. So what I can do is give her the positive energy, that keep her in my thoughts. I can send my best wishes. And I think that is what real prayer is. And that's what prayer is to me. Now, would I keep you in my thoughts and send you my best wishes if there was something I could physically do right then and there? No. Randy alluded to the fact that if you go back through my blog, this summer we had a guy who at 5 o'clock in the morning, he had kidnapped a woman and her child overnight in the house across the street. It was really weird. And I I heard them run through our yard and crying, the little boy crying out behind our house. So Ron went out and they were hiding behind our house and between our sheds and that. So Ron got them out and gave the phone to her and that. He had to get ready for work and that. And so long story short, she's sitting out on our patio because she's scared to come in. She's already been held captive. She's not going into another stranger's house. Don't blame her. She's sitting out on our big long carport at our table and that, her son with her, and he's like 4 to 5 years old. And she's got Ron's cell phone, and all of a sudden we start hearing screaming and cussing and smashing of things. So Ron runs out, and I hobble my way out, and it takes me, I can't use to, but I was doing my best, and I got out there, and I saw the guy had her down on the ground, pushed up against one of the supports, and he's just wailing on her. Well, something in my head snapped. That wasn't a time for me to start praying. That was a time to start doing. And I jumped right up in his face and pushed my way between them and started telling him what I thought of him and to get off my property and everything else. Now, lucky for me, he wasn't in the smartest mood. He was all mentally screwed up in that himself, I think. But he did. He ran. And we patched her up and the cops came and everything. The whole story is on the blog. And Randy alluded to the fact that here I am, an old cripple with broken bits of vertebrae in my back and discs that are damaged beyond repair and artificial hips and broken bones and all these other just really ailments. I wouldn't have amounted to a fart in a windstorm on a normal day. But that morning, you bet your bottom dollar that this old boy would have done whatever he could have. Now, I may not have won, but he'd had to go through me to get to that woman. And that's the difference between action and prayer. Okay? Now, I can pray for somebody, but prayer wouldn't have stopped her from getting beating. But action did. Now, on the other hand, if I'm willing to listen to what I need to do, how I need to better myself, I need to grow as a human, and what I need to do to draw in more energy and be healthier and all that stuff, then that's good prayer. Does that help? Does that make anybody help understand what I'm saying? Because that's really what I was trying to say with prayer. I don't believe in deities. I'm sorry. If you do, more power to you. You don't have to believe in dragons, and I do. You don't have to believe in energy fields that surround the universe and each one of us, and I do. You don't have to believe in amulets that protect or give you energy or health, as this one does for me. I do. Okay? The difference here is what I'd like to ask is, I'm not going to push my beliefs on you. I'm not going to make you wear amulets. I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.